Time is up. Let's go to task B. Anyone can begin. So which is the most effective way?
Let me begin the discussions. I do agree with the point that is given by candidate D, because nowadays people tend to waste food and do not appreciate. For example, the people eating outside always order a full of table dishes and finally end up with leaving the extra food on the table. And the worker in the restaurants unable to save those leftover for the next customer. So they can only throw them away or feed the dog. I think this is really a waste of money and also a waste of food. For another example, at home, my brother always know to finish his food completely, and he will leave the food until next day but not put them into the refrigerator. And this also causes a waste of food and money. Do you agree with my point, candidate D?
Sorry, I don't think so. In my opinion, I think buying only the stuff that we need is the most effective way in saving money spent on food stuff. I will plan meals and make a grocery list before I go to market. And I will buy only what I need by following the checklist, because I may not be able to finish it before it expires. Therefore, I have no choice but to throw it. It will waste my money. Do you agree, candidate B?
Yeah, sure. Buying only the food stuff that we need is quite important. We can save the extra money so that you can use it on the other ways like education, sports, and others. Moreover, if a checklist is not planned wisely, then the wastage of the money and the food stuff will occur. You agree, candidate C?
I don't think so. I feel that we should grow our own fruits and vegetables because we can save money. For daily examples, we spend many money on the grocery store to buy the thing we need, the food stuff that we need. You see, we just need to grow our own vegetable and food. It can save the money. And when we shopping at the grocery store, the transportation fees also cost money. The fossil fuel also cost money. And the transportation of the vegetable from all over the world to the supermarket also costs the fees. So if we grow our own vegetable and fruit, we can save a lot of money. And if a garden or a community build their own community garden, the whole gardens will no need to go to the market to buy the grocery. They can cook their own product that grows themselves. Do you agree, candidate A?
I disagree with your point, because I think the growing fruit and vegetable is one of the ways that save money, unless you can do it this way for a long period. But can you always having a meal with only fruit and vegetables, but without meat like fish, chicken, or even egg? If you can't do it, you still have to spend the extra money to buy the other ingredients. So I don't think this is the effective way to save money. Do you agree with my point, candidate D?
Sorry, candidate C. I also strongly disagree your point, because I think many people do not have time to grow fruits and vegetables by themselves. Many of them are willing to buy rather than growing it. Growing fruits and vegetables will take a lot of time, and it's complicated to grow fruits and vegetables. Nowadays, people are usually living in apartment, condo or flats. There are lack of space to grow the vegetables and fruits. Furthermore, it takes long time before we can consume it. Do you agree, candidate B?
No, I disagree with your point. Buy only the foodstuff that we need is more important, because I think that if we do not buy extra food, we do not need to put too much food in the refrigerator. If plenty of food is stored in the refrigerator, there is no space between the items. If it is loaded to the point that there is no space between the items, air cannot circulate, and this may affect the temperature distribution. If the frost is allowed to accumulate, the refrigerator will not function properly. Do you agree? Can you see?
Sorry, I think that you all are mistaken. This is because if we lack of the place to gardening, we can try to decide to build a community garden, so all of the neighbors can grow their own vegetable and fruits together. And candidate A, if you go to grocery to buy like vegetables and fruits, it be costly. So if you buy a packet of seeds, it only costs about 1 to 2 ringgit. Instead of you buy vegetables like carrots, pumpkin, watermelon, they are costly, right? And the apples also costly. So if we grow our own fruits and vegetables, it can save the money. And if the gardening, grow own fruits and vegetables also can stimulate the people interest. If somebody is interested in gardening, so they will make this a hobby, so they will grow their own fruits and vegetables. So if they lack of time, they also can do at the night or early in the morning to grow their own fruits and vegetables. Do you agree, candidate A?
I still disagree with the point. I think not wasting food is the most effective way in saving money, because we can learn to use the whole thing. For example, the bone from tonight chickens and the trimmings from fresh vegetable can be transformed into a rich stock, the perfect starting point for a pot of delicious and nutritious homemade soup. Do you agree with my point, candidate?
Yes, I agree with your point. Just like what Candice said, growing fruits and vegetables has more advantages. But in our life, fruits and vegetables not only the food that we need to consume. We also need to consume the other food which contains the carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and so on. Moreover, before buying the food stuff, we can plan a checklist so that we can prevent the food and money from wasting. Moreover, we should avoid to buy the tin food too much, because tin food has expired date. If we cannot finish up the tin food, then we have throw away the food. Do you agree, Candy?
Yes, I do agree with your point, candidate B. Because there is not everyone are able to plan by themselves. Some of them do not even know the correct way to plan, and they do not have any planting skills. They may grow it they may give up by the halfway. So I think prevention is always better than cure. I will buy exactly what I want. Do you agree, candidate C?
Are you sure? If when somebody are interested, they will search for internet or ask for somebody help to their gardening. For the fruits and vegetables, they are contain nutrients for all that people needs. So growing. If we buy the fruits and vegetables at the supermarket, they may contain the chemicals items. The food stuff also may contain the chemical items that can harmful to the human. So if we grow our own fruits and vegetables, it is very beneficial to our body. That like vitamin C, vitamin A, and fibers, right? And Chinese traditional herb also, the price also increasing gradually. If we plant our own traditional herbs, we can save many money, right? Do you agree with it, A?
I disagree with the point. Because if you're always eating vegetables and fruit, your body will become lack of proteins. Even though a lot of fat is not benefit for our body, but we still need those nutrients. And some of the nutrition we cannot get from the vegetable or the fruit. So if you only decide to plant the vegetable and fruit, but not going to have the different diet, and your body will maybe become unhealthy.
Okay, stop.